Hey guys, hope everyone's staying safe out there. So for me personally, this video was kind of crazy to watch because it reminded me that fall really isn't that far away. The spring semester is almost over, and then in the fall we're going to be coaching these kids. So it was kind of fun and cool for me to watch this and kind of a reminder that it's almost here. So I don't know about y'all, but I'm getting pretty excited about that. So first, noticing that one of your students had three late assignments, how I would approach that is I would first confront them and let them know that in order to pass the class, you can only have two late or missing assignments, and then after you have three or more, you would have to complete an extra assignment in order to pass the class. But you can only complete one extra assignment. So if you have four late or missing assignments, then it might be pretty tricky to pass unless you have a special circumstance. So then I would also ask them if there's anything going on in their lives, because you really never know what people's stories are. I think it's important to listen to them and listen to what they have to say, even if it wasn't anything big. Maybe they just kind of slept in and forgot about the class or whatever. I think it's still important to connect with them and just let them know that you're thinking about them. So moving on to number two, so you notice that one of your students missed a lecture. I would catch up with them and ask them, how their past week was, and then I'd let them know as well that in order to pass the class, you have to have, or you can only have one. Like, you can only miss one lecture and one team meeting. So I'd let them know that, so they're just aware, so that they can remember that attendance is important, and that they continue going. And then I would also explain to them why attendance is so important, because some kids might think, what's the point of even going to class? So I just let them know, we like to talk about new things every single week just to help them further their strengths and further their development while they're in college. I think it's an important class. I mean, all classes are important to attend, but especially this one, because I feel like there's a lot of potential growth and that they can learn from it. And then lastly, how I would best prepare my students for the fall is I would first let them know when assignments are due. I think it's really important for students to know when the assignments are due, because sometimes I personally don't know, and I've had late assignments, and that's really frustrating. So I would let them know that they're due every Friday after they are assigned, so there's never any questions or curiosity on if it's changed at all. And I'd also tell them the purpose of the course and explain why it's important to them and important to their major, because some kids might not try very hard in the class unless they feel like there's a reason to try. So I think it's important to reach out to these guys and let them know that, hey, this class is going to help you develop yourself further and grow and learn your strengths that you'll be able to use in your future career. So then you're able to know what you're best at. And I think it'll also help them, decide a career that's good for them. And then lastly, I'll tell them how important attendance is, because it really is. Like I said earlier, I'll let them know that it's important. We talk about new things each time. We're not just saying the same things in lecture or in team meetings. And I think that'll motivate them to continue coming and to try not to miss class as much. So, yeah. See you guys.